Hey, awesomes. Well, welcome to week 15. This semester has just really flown by. I didn't realize that we were actually on the last week of classes this quickly. So, anyway, um, so we'll start talking today about the reflective cover letter. Well, it's now just going to call it the reflective letter. Um, as you may recall, we're not doing the entire portfolio. We're just running out of time. So what we're going to do is just kind of reflect back on our learning. And so I really wanted to kind of highlight this excerpt is perhaps a little too long, but really the second page is really kind of where the meat and the potatoes. And I just really kind of want to more discuss what's important for this assignment, at least to me, is really kind of right here. The reflective letter is a detailed or highly detailed, thoughtful reflection on your work in this class, your sense of yourself as a writer, the learning behind the writing projects you've done this semester, any conscious or deliberate revisions you could put to work for you towards that you will be doing next semester, or if it wasn't revisions, maybe some things that you just learned that you felt that you learned that maybe you were stronger at than you maybe realized, and then your future academic, professional, and or technical lives and careers. So kind of what that's really speaking to is learn so much about writing, or how to become more confident as a writer, or learn my writing ain't so bad as I thought that it was. And this is what I'm now going to kind of take with and then go do, if you will, about writing. And this, starting right here with this letter is basically an argument where you, the writer, are aiming to convince the reader that you've learned X. And here's all the evidence. So if you feel, hey, I'm really, really, really good at putting research into my writing, really good, and I feel like my introductions have just skyrocketed. Mention some of your introduction. Maybe you're attention getter. You feel, hey, man, I just really, really got good at attention getters or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. There's no real wrong answer here, except nothing. So really just kind of focus on how do you feel, where do you feel you've grown as a writer. That doesn't mean necessarily growing as a writer doesn't mean, hey, I can write a perfect grammar correct sentence, right? I know how to use punctuation now. Well, those things are certainly in the category. It could be confidence, right? It could be you feel a boost in the fact that you're not at the blank page, or putting words together, or taking on a full project isn't as intimidating as it was. Maybe you've grown in that way, and that is totally acceptable. Okay. So discuss what your own expectations were for you as a writer, thinker, and learner at the beginning of the class, right? And this, I know this one here says 1050. There's whichever class that you're in. You've grown as a writer. Do you feel you've grown as a writer? All right. What are you especially proud of this semester, and why? And then take us behind the scenes of two significantly revised essay included here. So in other words, but perhaps let's say you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, I didn't have to do any revisions to mine. Mine, I did really, really well. Then just reflect back on using a couple of examples in one or two of the assignments that you worked on this week. This semester, and just reflect on those. Use those. I just want you to kind of take from some of your writing. If you're going to say, "Hey, I've really grown as a writer," whereas I used to be maybe this type of writer, I feel like I'm now this type of writer, and here's a demonstration of that. Quote yourself. Okay, you're the star of the show here. And then for each one, it says discuss one or more of the following. Just use this more as a guide to kind of how. Maybe to help you just kind of think about how to word it, perhaps, or kind of how to contextualize it. Those kind of things. I'm not going to have a ruler out. I'm not going to have a numbering, counting thing or anything like that. Counting to see if you hit every single one of these. Just want just a page or two of how you feel you've grown as a writer. Okay, just a couple of pages at the most. All right, this doesn't have to be. I'm not looking for a short fiction novel here. Okay, have fun with it. Just express how you feel as a writer, maybe compared to the beginning of the class, and then give me a couple of examples in some of the work that you've done. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for the reflective letter, our final assignment. All right, I'll be back with you later on in the week. I wish you all a great week. And of course, most importantly, I hope that you all are staying safe